Hello, Assalamu-Alaikum. My name is Samantha, and I am a white Muslim revert. Alhamdulillah, I have been Muslim for 5 months now, and we are currently 4 days away from Ramadan. This is my first Ramadan. I'm very excited for it. I bought a little banner that I'm going to put up in my apartment. I'm very excited. It's going to be a crazy experience, but I'm ready to go. I'm ready for it. So I am going to try something new today, and I wanted to make a video because I thought in my head, if I can help one person, that'll be amazing. That'll be enough for me. Islam is the fastest growing religion. I think it's perceived that by like 2070 it will surpass Christianity as the most popular religion. And so that means that right now there's a lot of people considering Islam, and there's a lot of new people joining the religion, thinking about the religion, wanting to become Muslim. So I think that me sharing my experiences and my thoughts is only going to help people. When I was first becoming Muslim, I mean, I was just shut out from the world. I was having this one-on-one spiritual experience with Allah, and I wasn't on social media. I wasn't doing anything. I mean, I had to shut out the world around me as much as possible because it was just, I needed to focus on what was going on in here. And you can't, when you feel Allah's guidance, you can't put that into words. You just can't. And I don't like communicating that much now because it's just like hard to explain in what's going on in here and put it into like these worldly words. But anyways, moving on from that, if you are considering Islam, if you are considering, or if you're a new Muslim revert, or if you're considering putting on hijab, covering your head, becoming a Muslim, anything along those lines, then this video is for you. Especially if you are in an area that is predominantly white or predominantly not Muslim, and you're struggling with all these new things when everybody around you is living a completely different way and everybody around you is not Muslim. This video is for you. So I am an American. I've lived my entire life in America. I'm in America right now. I have grown up and there have been Muslims here and there, you know, kind of scattered around, but it's not something that, it's not a majority. And where I'm at right now in school, I mean, who knows? There could be Muslims and I just don't know about it. But I feel like I'm the only Muslim. I mean, I walk around, and at least in my day-to-day life, when I go to the grocery store, when I go work, I'm the only one with a head covering. So yeah, it's interesting for sure, having that experience, and especially me as a white female. And I'm not here to complain at all. That's not what I'm doing. I'm mostly just trying to share ideas and be helpful. As a white female, suddenly, you feel like you are different from everybody else around you. And it's a unique, humbling experience. So yeah. Okay, so the gist of what I want to talk about is the identity crisis that becomes with not only being a Muslim, but covering your head, wearing hijab. It's a unique one, especially if you have family and friends that like drink and they do live life a certain way and they do this and this, and suddenly you are praying 5 times a day, you're covering your head, you're not drinking, you're not partaking in a lot of things that everybody else is. I mean, you start to question and be like, what is going on? Because I think, unfortunately, humans are sort of conditioned to follow that herd, and you feel like you're not normal if you're not following that herd. I mean, growing up my entire life, I felt like a black sheep because I wasn't doing what everybody else was doing, and you end up feeling left out. Alhamdulillah, I find Islam now and everything falls into place and makes sense. It's been the most beautiful thing that has happened for me. And if you are being guided to Islam and you're learning about it, it is the most beautiful, life-changing experience. So pounce on that because Allah is trying to guide you. So tune into that. Don't be scared. So yeah, I felt right from the get-go. I'm like, I'm gonna wear hijab. Like, I clearly am going to be a hijabi. I'm gonna cover my head. I am being guided to do this. And so there are still days here and there. I mean, there are days where I look in the mirror and I'm like, especially when I first put it on, I'm like, okay, all right. Is this me? Am I trying to be something I'm not? Can I do this? Yes, the answer is yes. This is a religious choice. And to those of you who are white or not, you know, Arab, and you are wanting to become a Muslim, you're wanting to cover your head, you're going to probably hear comments or even your own personal anxieties and fears of you either appropriating a culture or representing oppression. A lot of people argue that this is a symbol of oppression. It is not. Of course, the hijab has been forced on people in many cases, which, by the way, is haram. That is a sin. That should not be happening. So, of course, if it's forced onto you and you're controlled with it, that's oppression. But this is supposed to be a personal religious choice for a woman. You're going to hear those comments. You'll hear people thinking that you're oppressed, and you'll hear people thinking that you're just trying to be interesting and you're appropriating another culture. You're going to have to tune that out. I like to think of all the prophets that when being guided by Allah, they faced adversity, they went through hard times. I mean, it's not going to be an easy transition. Obviously, Allah will guide you and protect you, and He will ease your path for you. And every hardship you go through is only going to make you stronger. But it's a process. It's a beautiful thing as long as you follow Allah's guidance, but it's not going to be like an easy walk in the park. You have to tune out those comments, and you have to know that what you're doing in your soul, tune out society, tune out cultures, tune out expectations, tune out your own thoughts, and simply just follow what's going on in here, what you're being guided to do, and you will not be disappointed, because Allah's plan is bigger than everything. Islam is bigger than being labeled as a Muslim, and it's bigger than what you wear or how you look. For me personally, I still even get like weirded out when I hear just Islam being referred to as like a religion, and let alone this like foreign concept. Because to me, Islam is just truth. It just is. It's science. It's everything. It's our way of living, our way of being, the reasoning behind everything. Every question I've ever had in my entire life has been answered through Islam. So it's beautiful. Oh man. So I'm doing this because I just want to help people, and there are people that are going to be afraid to become Muslim. There are people that are afraid that they're going to make these changes because everybody else around them is living life differently. And you will be noticeable. But here's what I have to say about that. It is the biggest blessing ever that you could tune into, that you could be a part of. Like, if Allah is guiding you to Islam, it is an honor. It is a huge blessing. And you get to represent Islam. You get to bring Islam to places where it hasn't been before. I think a lot of my family and friends, they now know a Muslim. Like, you know, it's a beautiful blessing. It is a beautiful thing to be a part of. And, you know, I had a lot of fears at first too, where I was like, I don't think I can represent Islam. Like, this is a lot of pressure. Like, people are going to ask me questions and I may not know the answers to it. And here's what my response is to that. If Allah is guiding you to do it, if Allah is calling you to do this, He is not going to abandon you. He will get you through it. Everything that happens is meant to happen in His way. However you do something is exactly what's meant to happen. And it gives me a lot of peace remembering that, is that if Allah is bringing me into a situation, He's protecting me, He's easing my path, and everything's going to go exactly how it's meant to go. It is a blessing to represent Islam, and if you're being called to do it, if you're being guided to this religion, it is a gift, and I recommend, again, jumping into that. And it's a process. Again, obviously, don't overwhelm yourself with so much at first. It's just all about being mindful and making those little changes every day, those little steps every single day. You don't have to do a 160. I mean, 360. I don't even know. I just don't think I said that right. But it's just about being mindful and making those little changes every day. Allah knows exactly your situation. He knows exactly what's going on in your life, what's going on in your head. And as long as you're making effort and being mindful, that's what matters. It's about your intention. Allah isn't here to make it hard for us. He's here to ease our paths and guide us to his way. So yeah, it's common to have an identity crisis as a new Muslim when everybody around you is living life a different way. They're showing their hair, they're doing this, they're doing that. But it is a huge, huge, huge blessing. And Allah is literally going to be with you every single step of the way. And I just want to, again, I want to share this information because I just really think some of you need to hear it. It's the most, I mean, for me personally, this has been life-changing. Like, me becoming a Muslim isn't literally just a choice. Like, it's been what my entire life has been about. Like, this is it. This is it. This is what my life is about, is me finding Islam. Like, suddenly everything has clicked into place. My entire life has made sense. And this is, without a doubt, where I'm supposed to be in life. And so, don't deny that intuition. I promise you, if you deny that intuition, you're probably gonna just feel stuck, unhappy. And don't be scared. Be yourself. Be open. And if you're like nervous to tell family, if you're nervous to do this or that, if you're nervous to just openly be a Muslim, literally pray about it and just know that Allah is going to be with you every single step of the way, because he's got plans for you, and they're much bigger than our worldly thoughts, our worldly worries, our worldly reality. I mean, Allah can literally make anything happen. So everything that happens is either a blessing or it's an experience that makes us stronger. So I just wanted to discuss these things. And again, like, I think a lot of people will look at you if you're white. I mean, I want to be speaking to everybody here, but a lot of people will look at you and think that maybe you're appropriating Middle Eastern culture, you're appropriating Arab culture. And by the way, I don't know the exact statistics. I think it's like 15 to 20%, but like less than 15 to 20% of Muslims are Arab. It's all, any race can be Muslim. I think majority is like Asian. There's black Muslims, there's white Muslims, anybody can be Muslim. But a lot of people are going to think that you're just super interested in this other culture, because unfortunately, Islam is tied to this notion of being like a foreign religion. Represent it. Show that it's not. Show that anybody can be Muslim, and you just gotta be strong. You gotta keep with it. And if you're feeling that clear guidance in your soul, follow it, because that's your light. That is your way through it all. So you just be you. Be you, and follow your intuition. Because I promise you, like, this is worth it. And, I mean, there will be hard days. There will be days where you look in the mirror and you're like, I'm completely different. This is not me. Who am I? I mean, there have been days where I'm like, I just want to like dress how I used to dress. I want to show my hair. But then there are going to be days when you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to be like, oh, wow, I am doing it. I am doing it. I am living my truth. I am happy. This is me. This is a life I'm meant to be living. And those feelings, that truth, that clarity in your soul is all worth it. So if I could help one person with this video, that's my goal. I don't even know if people are going to watch this, but I just want to I want to normalize this. I want to normalize people of all races being Muslim. I want to normalize Islam in places where Islam isn't seen. And I want to be as helpful as possible. And I would love to talk about more things as well. I mean, there's literally so much to talk about. There's so many things that I could talk about, that I could address. But I just really wanted to start with this because it's such an important thing. For somebody who becomes a new Muslim, they will have an identity crisis at some point because it drastically differs from the life they've been living before. But you just do it. Follow your intuition. Allah has your back. He's going to get you through it. Like, honestly. And inshallah, this helps somebody. Just know that you're not alone. The creator of everything is guiding you.